centre. Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
MAZDA still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
In the heart of Southern Virginia, where the rolling hills whisper tales of speed and legacy, lies a circuit carved with precision and passion. Virginia International Raceway's Grand Prix layout. It's more than asphalt and apexes, it's a symphony of velocity, a proving ground where bravery meets finesse. From the moment engines roar to life, the track beckons with its 3.27 miles of undulating challenge. 17 corners, each of them with its own rhythm. Test the mettle of every driver who dares to dance with its curves. The climbing S's rise like a crescendo, demanding commitment at full throttle, while Oak Tree, turn once shadowed by its namesake, remains a sentinel of technical mastery. This is where legends are etched in tire marks and milliseconds, where the margin between glory and defeat is measured in grit. The Grand Prix layout doesn't just host races, it forges warriors. And tonight, it awaits another chapter in its storied saga. Welcome in! This is week number 5, getting near the halfway point of Apex Is This Mazda Sundays. Welcome in, this is Racer Nexus. My name is Rob Campbell. I'll be guiding you through the festivities here this evening. Just finishing up with practice here, then we're getting into qualifying. Again, this is a week 5 of 12. That's going to put us at race 9 and 10 of 24 on this season. And so far, we've got some tight championship battles going on in this one right now. Let's take a look here quickly at how the championship battles are shaping out. Coming to this one, let's take a look at our mid-pack Larrys. It's also our AM class. We've got Aaron Sunday leading the way, 136 points, 1 point over our chief admin and steward, Kent Kruger. Only 2 points back of Kent to Joshua Smith in third. Uwe Hale in fourth, 128 points. So still tight amongst our top 4 drivers in the mid-pack Larry class. Corey Mitchell kind of just looking in from the outside there, 89 points, 1 point up on Chris Diaz. Mitchell, no doubt, hoping that he can have a nice clean rest of the season. The first couple races of the season didn't go that well for Corey, so maybe looking to bounce back. Over on the pro side of things, let's take a look and see how it's shaping up there with Brian Lemke currently a 6-point lead over Kelly Greenhoe, and Jonathan Cooper only 1 point back of Greenhoe. Brian Zinn another 11 points back of Cooper. Roman Bykoff in there too as well, only 1 point back of Zinn. So still fairly tight as well on the pro side of things with just over half the season left to go. Still time for any of these drivers to move up and down the point standing as it goes. Let's take a look at our schedule. As you can see, we're on round 5, which is V.I.R. Next week, we head to Sonoma. Round 7 takes us to Spa. Round 8, Suzuka. Round 9, we head back to Road America. Round 10, Daytona. Round 11, Interlagos. Then we wrap everything up at the Sebring International Raceway. So lots of great tracks still to come here. And we'll take a quick look at our format for this evening. 2 20-minute heats. Top 4 from race 1, invert for race 2. Each driver gets 1 fast repair for each one of those heat races. Once they get more than 8 incident points, they will have to come through and serve a drive-through penalty, and 8 drops out of the 24 races on the season. So again, this is going to be race 9 and 10 of that 24 race season. So still plenty of time for our drivers to try and improve on their, I guess, their overall standing position right now. So as I mentioned, qualifying just finishing up. We'll get underway here shortly. Let's take a quick look here at the track we are racing at this evening. Virginia International Raceway in Alton, Virginia. Reopened in year 2000. It was actually closed for a number of years. I think it was, if I remember correctly, somewhere around 1974. I think it was. The track was closed until it was undertaken again and redeveloped. Opened in year 2000. So actually, I thought it was more recently that it was opened up. I think it was renovated again after that, if I remember correctly. But brilliant track. iRacing made it free on the service, I think about a year or so ago, maybe even a little longer. So it's a track that always sees a lot of participation. I think it's a great track for cars like this. The Mazdas, they really flow well here. We're running the full Grand Prix layout. That's 5.262 kilometers or 3.270 miles, depending which way you calculate your distances. So it should be a fun one here this evening. There's the timing and scoring, just clicking over to end up practice. Before we get to qualifying, let's get a little shout out here for our sponsors, Apex Sim Racing. If you actually go into the description of the video, you'll find yourself a 5% discount code. You get yourself 5% off at Apex Sim Racing. They offer wheels, wheelbases, button boxes, sim rigs, accessories. They even have their own brand of Apex Sim Racing accessories too as well. Seats. They even sell PC components too as well, or PC pre-built computers as well, so you can get yourself basically all set up to get onto the track and join us here on Sunday evenings in the Mazda MX-5 racing. So again, find in the description the 5% discount code. Use the referral link. It'll take you right into their website. Plug in that code and away you go. So that's Apex Sim Racing. Thank you to them. And then all of our action will be caught this evening on cams by Track Cams for Gourmets. So a lot of realistic actual camera shots you might actually see in a lot of IMSA racing here, as this is an IMSA featured track. So thank you to them on board too as well. So we're now into qualifying. On board here with Oz Ixulu. He's going to be on his out lap. Looks like at last count we had 29 cars, just verging on 30 cars in session. So should be a heck of a race here this evening. Let's take a quick look here at the weather conditions we have coming up tonight. 79 degree air temp, 26 degrees Celsius, depending again which way you like to calculate your temperatures. 111 degree track temp. That's fairly warm. It's going to be a little challenging for the drivers. These Mazdas like to slip and slide at the best of times, so we'll see how they do out here this evening. Partly cloudy conditions, no sign of rain in the forecast, 58% humidity. Should be a relatively pleasant day for racing. Shout out to Glatt Dad Does Gaming, Adam Glattfelter, who actually covered the race for me last week as I was off having some Canadian Thanksgiving dinner. So thank you to Adam. Best of luck to him this week in qualifying. We'll see how he does. And let's take a look at our session info for today. Again, this is week 5 of 12. Today's track V.I.R format, 2 heats, 20 minutes each. Next week, as mentioned, we head off to Sonoma. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure which layout we're actually doing at Sonoma next week. Sonoma was refreshed this season by iRacing, so I haven't ran any laps on it on the refresh, so I'm not even sure what they've updated on it, but it should be an interesting one. Sonoma, one of those tracks with a number of layouts. It's got different layouts for Indy cars when they go there in real life, and as well as iRacing, you can actually pick any of the layouts, but it doesn't really matter. As well as NASCAR, when NASCAR heads over to Sonoma, they run a different layout too as well than what the Indy cars run. So interesting to see which layout we're running in the Mazdas. It can be tight confines out there with not a lot of room to move in around other drivers. So that's next week's action though. V.I.R. This is a heck of a track on board with Michael Chase. Let's jump on board with him as he's heading up through the S's right now. It's a tough section in a car that really is dependent on draft. The Mazdas make such a huge hole in the air. If you're following in behind the car ahead, you're getting a ton of draft, but really tough to make an overtake in the S's. There's not much runoff. Well, there's actually no runoff if you go off track, but not much room to really go side by side through there, especially these cars that don't have any aero, any downforce on them. You're really relying on mechanical grip to not go flying off the track. So you really got to make sure that you could trust the driver that's going side by side with you, not to door you and go flying off. So this is Michael Chase's first flying lap. He's already completed his out lap. So stick on board with him to see what kind of time he puts in. We're still waiting time from all of our field. Chase heading into what they call a roller coaster, aptly named as you come up over the hill. Blind turn to the right, down through here, and then the next corner, the right-hand dip, they actually call it hog pen. I'm sure there's a reason why they call it hog pen, but I have no idea. I don't know, maybe there was a farm or something out there at one point in time, but either way, in through the final corner, we'll pop out here and we'll see what kind of time that Michael Chase puts on the board. One of our highest rated iRacing drivers in the session, usually competing up near the front. So we'll see how he does. Chase could come in line, put himself in top spot with a 207.934, just ahead of Chase Stepfly, new driver as well, I believe, this week. Half a second back of Chase Kapinski, another half second back too as well. Only 2 100ths right now separating Chase Stepfly and Sean Kapinski. So tight qualifying at the top. Lemke in 4th place, only another 10th back too as well. Michael Brock with a quick time. He's going to hop up into 2nd place. Nice lap by him. He's got Halloween themed livery on that car. He's got the iRacing, looks like a iRacing Ghost. Let's see if we can see here. Oh yeah, the iRacing driver kicking a ghost on the side of his door. Nicely done there by Michael Brock. Love to see it. Let's check in with Jonathan Cooper here. Coop currently sitting in 6th place, up near the front of the championship battle in the pro side of things. Strong season right now for Jonathan Cooper. Thank you, Zonderbach sports car layout next week at Sonoma. Okay, that should be a ton of fun. Try to remember which. I'm trying to remember if that's the layout that runs around the hill, up on the top, the long right-hand sweeper. If it actually runs, I think the NASCAR layout actually omits that. So I think we're going to be running, if you're familiar with Sonoma, down around the hill, kind of in the middle, and where it comes back over to the drag strip. I believe that's the layout we're running, but we'll see next week. Joshua Smith, one of our AM class contenders, currently battling at the top of AM class with Kent Kruger right now, a couple spots behind Kent in qualifying. Our chief admin got himself in 13th place, 3rd place in the AM side of things right now for Kent Kruger. It's a sort of drivers there by class. There you go. You can see our top AM driver right now is Ozick Sulu. Corey Mitchell got himself in 2nd place right now. What kind of, oh, look at that. Corey Mitchell has abandoned his Mitchell/Murder Motorsports paint theme, and he's gone full Racer Nexus. We appreciate that. That's one way to get yourself a heck of TV time for Corey Mitchell. So doing well right now. Currently, he's got himself sitting in 2nd place in AM class. That puts him also 13th overall. On board here with Uwe Hale. Now, he messaged me, gave me the correct pronunciation for his name because I've been butchering it for I don't know how many different seasons now. So we'll see if we can get the correct pronunciation for him now that he's given it to me, and I apologize for all those years of pronouncing it wrong for him. So hopefully he does well tonight with on the justification that we're going to pronounce his name properly. Brian's in the top 5 right now in pro points, in top 5 in qualifying right now for Zinn. Himself in 3rd place overall. Nice showing for him right now, as we've only got about 2 minutes and about 5 seconds or so left In qualifying, looks like there's a number of drivers that are going to actually start from the back of the pack here. We don't see Dylan Foster, Juan Colmenero, Michael Vincula, and Adam Glatfelter on track, so I suspect those drivers will either be starting from the back or potentially pit road start for those drivers. Let's check in with one of our new drivers, Chase Stepfly. Got himself in 4th place right now. He was as high as 2nd early on, but knocked down to 4th. Michael Brock still occupying top spot. Right now, it looks like it's going to be tough to knock them off, but this is a track, and these are cars that are very, very dependent on draft. So as long as you have the draft of the car ahead, you're not necessarily going to be out of anything here. There'll be potential to really use that drafting and suck right up to the car ahead of you. So we hop on board here with Sam Swan, and the Castrol paint theme, always a classic paint theme in basically any car you put on in motorsports. It's one of those really throwback themes that lasts for ages. Aaron Sunday, the Our House No Drama car, currently sitting in 19th place, 6th in class. So we'll see if Aaron able to improve on that as he's heading into the final sector now. He's going to have enough time to complete this lap, but this will be his last lap here for Aaron. As we go on board, oh, a little dicey for him at the top of the back straight in roller coaster. Really had to get onto the binders not to go off track, so that's going to definitely compromise his time. We'll see if he's able to pick it up through this sector right now, but currently sitting in 19th place with a 2:10.78 quick time. That's got him 2.8 seconds back of our top spot. We'll see if he's able to improve this time as he's heading to the line. He's just going to make it across before timing and scoring finishes up here. So 2:10.78 was his best lap. It looks like that one is not going to register. So potentially he had it off track somewhere on that lap, and unfortunately for Aaron, it's going to be unofficial. But that's going to do it for qualifying. Give timing and scoring one quick little second here to reset. We'll take a look at how we're going to grid up here this evening. There we go. Michael Chase taking top spot over Michael Brock. Brian's in 3rd with Chase Stempfly in 4th. Sean Kapinski and Brian Lemke going to make up row 3 in 5th and 6th. John Cooper in 7th with Mark Miller in 8th. Ozik Sulu, our top and driver, in 9th. Joseph Barr in 10th. And Roman Bykoff and Kelly Greenhoe in 11th and 12th. 13th place goes to Corey Mitchell. Spencer Beaudoin in 14th with Kent Kruger in 15th. Sam Swan going to start in 16th place with Joshua Smith in 17th. Uwe Hale in 18th. Aaron Sunday in 19th. Jake Harrigan in 20th. Connor Menard and Donald Mensing going to round out your top 22 drivers. Then, oh, darn it, I forgot to adjust the grid calculations there for the next 20 drivers. So we'll just quickly hop into the old school unpreferred way. So there we go. 22nd place goes Donald Mensing, Matt Bond at 23rd, Christopher Croto at 24th, Nick Page, Juan Colmenero, Adam Glatfelter, Dylan Foster, and Michael Vinicula going to round out the field here this evening. So 29 cars set to hit the grid. Again, 20 minutes of action coming your way. See our cars getting gridded up in the pits. Pace car getting ready to pull away. Looks like we're doing a full pace lap. Kent Kruger, what are you doing to me here, Kent? Kent is just, he's out to get me on these full pace laps. We need short pace laps every week, Kent. There we go. Car's pulling out way behind the pace car. So hop on board here with the pace car. Again, a full lap around here. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back once once the pace lap is finished up. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Okay, we're back, and look at that, we're still behind the pace car, so most exciting part of the race, trailing the pace car. Looks like Aaron Sunday, Juan Colmenero, and Michael Vinciula potentially start from the pits, so we'll keep an eye on that. The rest of our cars on track though. As they head into the back straight now, we'll finally have the last little sprint down the back straight. Then we get underway. Should be 20 minutes of action. It's gonna be interesting to see almost 30 cars heading into turn 1 here at V.I.R. Cold tires will be a thing. So hopefully all of our drivers have their patience on board with them this evening. We have no driver cams for us this evening. None of the drivers have chosen to share their cams. Kelly Greenhoe, I'm looking at you in disappointment. Kelly normally shares his driver cam. Stan Hammonds too as well when he's not gone away to work. You can't hear the comms, but we got the drivers saying hi to the broadcast, so should be a interesting race here as they're getting underway. Michael Chase, Michael Brock in the way. Again, if you're new to the league, they have to start on green. They cannot start when the pace car pops in. They have to wait for the green flag to drop. So a couple more corners to go here, then we'll get onto the front straightaway. Getting ready to go. There we go. 30 Mazda MX-5s coming at you. There we go. Wait for that green flag to drop, and we will be underway. Week number 5, about to kick off. Season 25, Apex this, green, 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 and we are going. Michael Chase, Michael Brock going to lead them into turn 1. Zin and Stepfly right in there too as well. They're going to fan out 3, 4, 5 wide into turn 1. What's going to give here? Look at that. What a clean start. Let's go a little farther back in the field. Looks like almost everybody has gotten through there clean. Could this be a clean turn 1 at V.I.R? Can't say that I've ever seen that. Welcome in and congrats to all of our drivers. Michael Chase can get himself out front early on. Stepfly moves up 2 spots into second place. He's gotten ahead of Michael Brock. Brock just ahead of Lemke. Lemke up 2 spots too as well. So Stepfly and Lemke making big moves. Ozek Sulu losing 2 spots a little further back in 11th place. Our top AM driver right now. And again, this league, unlike our league we do on Tuesday, where points are doled out for overall finishing position, points are doled out in this one based on where you finish in class. If you're an AM driver and you're ahead of the pro drivers, you really have nothing to gain by battling with them because you're still only going to get the same points for being top in your AM class. But into Oak Tree, which is no longer Oak Tree adjacent, as Oak Tree was torn down a number of years ago. Michael Chase continues to lead them down the first lap. Stepfly in tow, Brock, Lemke, Kapinski, Cooper, Miller, Greenhoe, Marr, and Bodway round out your top 10. So we're fairly single file the whole way back. Corey Mitchell, again, I'm used to looking for that red and black Murder Motorsports machine, but down 2 spots where he qualified. Another driver down multiple spots. Brian Zinn all the way down to 14th place. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Zinn. Looks like he had a bit of an off track. Let's take a quick look here at what dropped him down. So keep your eyes in. That's the red and white car. A red car with the white stripes, PlayStation logo on the front. Oh, so he just kind of turned left a little bit, caught Michael Brock, a little bit of netcode, shot him off, able to keep the car under him and out of the wall, but lost a number of spots. While we were away, Chase Stempfle got himself up into top spot, just ahead of Michael Brock and Michael Chase. Oh, Brock and Chase battling it out in behind now. No separation from our pack, all the way back to, looks like P11 Roman Bykoff is the solid first pack here. Stempfle getting challenged by Michael Chase on the outside. Looks like he's going to hold on to that spot. Michael Brock there too as well. So we got Chase Stempfle, Michael Chase, Michael Brock, Michael Chase. Got a nice mixture of 2 names and 3 different drivers here. Stempfle though leads the way. Let's take a look in behind him. They're going 2 by 2 in behind. Brock and Chase still battling it out. Unfortunately, Stempfle not going to be able to break the draft here. He's going to have those drivers hot on his heels. Up over the curbs they go in the S's. Michael Chase using up all the track width he can. Down the hill, the S's into Old Oak Tree Corner they go. Stempfle leading the way. Lap number 2. Ooh, a little slidey through there for Stempfle. He's going to hold on to it though. The herd of angry, the hive of angry bees down the back straight. Stempfle leading the way though. Chase, Brock, Lemke as well. Let's go a little farther back in the field. Zin trying to chase Exulu. We got tight battles all throughout, but nobody really battling here. They're all kind of following the leader at this point in time. We have Michael Bond, Adam Glatfelter, Dylan Foster. Looks like Bond trying to make the move on Glatfelter on the outside here as they head. So they're on the back straight there. You can kind of see the elevation change. You go up the hill and you come back down, then up again into a roller coaster. Partly why it's called roller coaster, I guess. But Bond and Glatfelter going door to door. Glatfelter, the black and green Monster Energy car, he's going to hold on to 23rd spot. Matt Bond going to fall to 24th. Let's head back up, checking the leaders. Michael Chase got himself back around. Stempfle up front. Brock and Lemke in tow. Brock looking the inside of Lemke. Lemke going way out wide, but up front, Stempfle trying to make the move on Chase again to get himself back up top. These drivers swapping back and forth. Nobody really wants to take a grasp and stranglehold on the lead at this point in time. Drop back a little bit in the field here. Joseph Maher in the 000. He's got Kelly Greenhoe just up ahead of him. These drivers. So it looks like we had been separated into 2 separate packs here, but Corey Mitchell has bridged that secondary pack. He has Sam Swan ahead of him. Oz Exulu in behind. Kent Kruger, Joshua Smith. That's our top 2 drivers in AM class. They found themselves on track 2 as well. Now Corey Mitchell's got himself up in the top spot in AM, just ahead of Exulu, Kruger, and Smith. So 3 out of our top 5 drivers in AM class up to the front of AM right now, with Exulu going off track. Really had to gather it up in the grass. So he's got it back underneath, and it's going to cost him a bit of time. But the battle still the same up front. Chase, Stempfle, Brock, Kapinski. Mark Miller now up 3 spots trying to get into this battle. He's got Lemke behind him. Lemke was up 1 position. He's fallen back down to 6th place where he qualified. Trying to look on the inside of Miller, see if he can make that move stick. Miller a little later on the brakes, able to hold on to that position. But John Cooper in behind, looking to pounce the Sky Lounge machine. In behind him, we've got a battle between Joseph Maher, Kelly Greenhoe, Rowan Bykoff, Spencer Bodway. All 4 of these drivers battling it out. That is for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Oh man, Bykoff gets spun. Keeps it off the wall though. That's going to cost him a number of positions. Not sure if that was Greenhoe or Maher that got into the side of him, but nice save by Rowan Bykoff to hold on to that. That's going to separate the pack now. Jonathan Cooper now the last car on the lead pack of about 7 cars. Up front, Michael Chase leads them around to start lap 4. He's got Stempfle, Brock, Kapinski in tow, though a little bit of a connection issue for Kapinski. Super Mario Kart needs a bit of a charge up on the internet connection here. I'd say it's stabilized right now for him, but Chase having to fend Stempfle up the inside. Stempfle going to take that spot away again. These two drivers just swapping position back and forth every lap multiple times here. We're nearing the halfway mark. Still plenty of race left here. Again, 2 heats, 20 minutes each. These drivers will battle it out toe to toe as they head up into the S's again. As I mentioned, the draft potent in these cars, especially this track V.I.R. with a lot of high-speed sections. The MAZDAs just make a huge hole in the air without the roofs. It just, you can get draft from about a second, 1.2 seconds back on these cars. It makes it really hard to really break away from the pack. You really have to have something happen in behind you, or you have incredible outright speed to really break away. Looks like the top 3 starting to make a little bit of a break here. Sean Kapinski falling back a little bit, but still well within draft range. If we can get some help from Miller and Lemke in behind, they can reel back in the top 3. As we see Brock giving chase a push down the back straight. That's going to drop Sempfly into 3rd. Kapinski now utilizing that draft, got himself back up in the battle. Oh no, we lost Mark Miller, I think, off the back end. He's fallen down. It's going to allow Cooper to look up his inside. Lemke's got around. Oh, Cooper up on 2 wheels. Collects it up though, manages to keep it on track. Greenhoe had to avoid him as he come around the corner. Nice save there by Jonathan Cooper. Our leaders down the front straight. Michael Brock giving Michael Chase a push. The battle of the Michaels into turn 1. Chase holding the lead on the inside. Brock trying to find his way on the outside. Stepfley right there too as well. Gapinski not too far back. Lemke falling a little bit back after that slight contact with Cooper. Let's take another look here. What happened between Cooper and Lemke coming down through hog pen. Cooper comes up on the outside. Oh, it was Miller, sorry, not Lemke. Miller and Cooper door to door just kind of shoots Jonathan Cooper up in the air a little bit. Brock holding on to top spot. Michael Chase in tow. Stempfleet there. Gapinski there too as well. Nose to tail up through the S's. Brock opened up a little bit of a gap. Almost 3/10 separating him now, but not out of draft range. Those drivers are going to be able to reel him back in. Into Old Oak Tree turn they go. Lemke using the draft to get back into the battle. Oh, a little bit of concertina effect there between Chase and Stempfleet. A little argy-bargy between them, but they're going to be able to continue on. You see here, Stempfleet gives Chase a bump draft to try and close in that gap on Brock up ahead. They are. You see there, 2 cars working much better than that single car of Brock up ahead. They're going to reel him back in. We'll see if Kapinski and Lemke can utilize that draft too as well. Mark Miller kind of hanging on the back of this, trying to hold out for draft. Greenhoe in. Joseph Meyer falling back though in behind. In through Hogpen they go, side by side for Brock and Stempfleet. Michael Chase just ahead of Chase Stempfleet. Oh man, this is going to be a tongue twister. These guys are all nose to tail for race 2. Again, Michael Chase, Chase Stempfleet, Michael Brock. Top 3 as it's been for the majority of the race here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to have enough for a run to make a move into turn 1. Looks like Chase going to lead them through for this lap. Let's go back a little farther, check on our AM battle. Corey Mitchell still leading the AM class. Kent Kruger in tow. Sam Swan, one of our pro drivers, make the move around Kent Kruger on the inside there. Backside of it, Kent going to hold on to that position. Corey Mitchell just up ahead of Kent. So Kent now up into 2nd place in AM. Came into this one leading the AM championship. Would like to try and get a few more points between he and Joshua Smith. Smith now 4th in class, 16th overall, just behind at a camera shot, the black and red machine. That's Joshua Smith. Would love to get up there ahead of Kent Kruger. That battle looking fairly stagnant right now. Aaron Sunday, Matt Bond. They're going door to door here a little further back for 22nd place. Looks like Aaron Sunday going to take that position away from Matt Bond. Let's go back up front. Chase still leading the way. A little bit of a gap now over Brock and Lemke. Lemke up ahead of Gapinski now. Stempfleet He's fallen back to 6th place. I'll take and check and see if something happened to him. Looks like he had a bit of an off track here. Let's see what happened to Stempfli. It's dropped him back. Was running 2nd at the time, in behind Michael Chase. Drops the tire off there. Oh, gets a little loose. That's going to send him off here again too as well, but nice save for him. Again, off wide. Nice job by Stempfli not to rejoin that way and come right back into live traffic. So congrats for him. That's what we love to see. Nice clean rejoins. Michael Chase though leading the way. Uwe Hale farther back. He's challenging Connor Menard. He's going to look to the inside of Menard. Battle for 18th place. Uwe Hale trying to move up one position from where he qualified. He's going to take that spot away from Connor Menard. Move him down a position. Menard fighting back as Hale had to go wide. Gets it gathered up though. Gets back on track. We'll see if he's able to mount another charge here on Connor Menard. Up front, Michael Chase though, feeling some pressure from Brock. These drivers swapping back and forth. I know I say it virtually every lap, but they are. They've now broken away though. Jonathan Cooper, Greenhoe and Cooper lead the chase pack. Chase Stempfli, the last car on this front pack. So 6 cars now broken away from a secondary pack. They've got about 4 seconds over Kelly Greenhoe now leading that secondary pack. He's got Cooper in behind, Mars in, Bodway. And then we go back to our AM battle here, now being led by Corey Mitchell, Kent Kruger, Sam Swan, Isaac Sulu, Joshua Smith there too as well, Roman Bykoff falling off the back of that. So we got 3 packs here developing up towards the front. The major battle is up front though. It's hearing on the mic. Sounds like Kelly Greenhoe has a little bit of damage. He's going to succeed that spot to Jonathan Cooper. Joseph Meyer drop into the draft and hope he can stay with that pack. Coming up to 5 minutes to go. Michael Chase leads them down the back straight. They're fanning out a little farther in behind Stempfli. Not sure if he got any damage when he went off there. Looks like he's lost a little bit of pace now that he's at the back of this pack, just ahead of Mark Miller. We'll see if the two of them can really work together to kind of close up that gap. But Michael Brock giving Michael Chase bump draft. Lemke tried to get in there too as well. Thought about diving up the inside of Brock, but Brock able to hold on to that position too as well. It's going to hold Lemke into 3rd. Go on board here with Mark Miller. He is the tail car in this pack. You see that battle up ahead. Miller in danger, potentially losing the draft here. He's got Stempfli kind of being the intermediary between that top 4 cars, and then Stempfli and Miller. He's really going to want to close in on that battle as we head into turn 1. Brock to the inside. Lemke trying to make the move long way around on the outside. Brock going defensive. Lemke going to have the inside line for the next 2 corners. Brock going to have to go late braking if he wants to hold in that position. He's going to back out. Kapinski going to try and take advantage too as well. He's going to look to the inside. Backs out of it though. Stempfli right there. He thought about going around the outside of who was that? Kapinski. Wasn't able to do it though. Kapinski able to open up that gap. Now he's putting some pressure on Michael Brock, who's fallen back a little bit. Miller and Stempfli trying to close in on this battle. They haven't been able to really get caught up. See if they can continue going. Chase and Lemke starting to break away here. Get themselves almost a second over 3rd place Michael Brock. It's exactly what they need to do if they want to try and break away. Brock and Kapinski really need to work together now to reel them back in. Kapinski late on the brakes, almost gets into the back of Michael Brock. Brock gets a better exit. That's going to work well. He's definitely getting a draft here now off Lemke up ahead. Those 6 cars going to get back nose to tail here with about, they're going to have probably a little less than 3 minutes to go once we get to the line. Let's head back here. Corey Mitchell still not being challenged by Kent Kruger. Looks like Kent, Isaac Sulu, Sam Swan, Joshua Smith. Looks like they're all fairly content to stay in that position for now. Lemke going to move up top, use the draft to get it around Michael Chase. See if Chase can chase him down on the front straight. Michael Brock there too as well. Gopinski falling back a little bit. Still within draft range. We're going to come around to complete lap 8, start lap 9. They will have this one plus one more, 2 laps to go. Going more here with Michael Chase. See him bump drafting Lemke into turn 1. Late onto the brakes for Lemke, trying to force Chase around the outside. Michael Brock looking to the inside too as well. Brock trying to make the move, but unfortunately he's going to be on the outside here for the next couple corners. Oh no, Jonathan Cooper off track. I think that's Joseph Meyer off too as well. Take a look and see what happened to them, but that's going to be race ending for those 2 drivers. We'll pop back up front. We'll take a look at what happened there in a moment. Lemke though up top trying to hold on. Chase pushing the pressure right now. In behind we got Gopinski and Stempfli battling it out. Stempfli's going to look to the outside. He's going to try and make the move in the S's. Oh, actually, it sounds like Combs. He's going to move over and let Mark Miller up ahead of him. Not sure something happened a little farther on, but Stempfli giving that spot back. So that's sportsmanship again. So that's going to be a double clap here for Stempfli. First clap for the rejoin, not coming right back into the live traffic, waiting for an opportunity, and then giving back position for whatever would have happened early on. So that's sportsmanship, how it's supposed to be done. Lemke leads the way though down the back straight. Now we'll see if Chase and Brock make a move. Brock a little farther back, trying to make a move. He's going to be able to utilize the draft. It's not going to be strong enough to get him up into overtaking position here at the top of roller coaster. Chase, on the other hand, though, potentially he could be making a move here as they head down the back straight. They've went up the hill, down the hill, into hot roller coaster. 2 wide, Chase on the outside, unable to make that pass. Lemke going to hold on to it. He's going to lead them around for the final lap. We're going to go 10 laps. Final lap coming at you now. 2 more corners to go for Brian Lemke. Here comes that top battle through the final corner. Any one of these 6 drivers, still with an opportunity to take this one. Lemke going to lead them through into turn 1. 2 wide in behind. Brock and Chase going side by side into turn 1. Chase with the inside. Brock going to try and make it all the way around that side. Oh, they almost touched, but they keep going. Michael Brock, Michael Chase, battle of the Michaels here. Lemke loving seeing this in his rearview mirror. There you go, side by side in through turn number 3. Turn 4, another quick sweeping left-hand corner. Kapinski trying to make a move up the outside. Can't make a stick. Stempfli into his inside now. So Kapinski tried to make the move. Stempfli takes advantage of it. Now we'll see if Stempfli can get himself up into that top battle. So got about 3/4 of the lap left to go here. Lemke leading the way. This is the longest we've seen one driver up front here. Usually we see multiple passes for the lead each lap, but I'm not sure if I really want to be in Lemke's position here, heading down the back straight on the last lap. He's getting a push from Brock right now. Into Old Oak Tree they go. Stempfli looking up the inside of Chase. He's going to try and take that position away. He's got the inside line, but what kind of runs is he going to get out of the final corner? He's going to get ahead of Chase now, but Chase going to have that draft. Lemke, though, up front, loving what he's seeing in behind. Potentially the only opportunity for an overtake right now is Michael Brock on Lemke for the lead. Although we got a battle in behind. They might be going 2 wide in behind between Stempfli. Oh, Brock going to look to the inside. Is he going to make the move? Lemke's going to have the inside line, though. Brock going to get ahead of Lemke. Can he hold on to it? Lemke trying to fight back. Michael Brock up into top spot now in behind. Stempfli and Kapinski battle it with Michael Chase. Chase back ahead of Stempfli. Through Hogpen they go. Chase down to the line now. Michael Brock leading the way. Oh, Stempfli's going to go wide. Chase pushes him off wide. Stempfli holds on. It's a drag race to the start-finish line. Who's going to get it? Brock going to take top spot. Lemke in P2. Kapinski. Oh, they wreck. They all wreck at the line. Oh, man. We'll have to wait for the final results to see how it finishes up there as they wrecked just before the line. What a finish there. What a finish for those drivers. Let's see if we can catch a quick replay here, potentially. I think this might be it here. Mark Miller, see if we can get an eye on what happened in behind. So we got Stempfli, Kapinski, 4 wide, heading to the line. Oh, and they all spin out. I think Chase was able to get across the line than Mark Miller. Then I'm not sure how it worked out between Stempfli and Kapinski, but what a finish there. So waiting for a few drivers here. Matt Bond heading to the line now. Dylan Foster, Christopher Croto, he's got a few more corners to go here. He heads out of the final corner. Glatfelter sliding it around through Hogpen. Couple more drivers left to go. Looks like Joe Samara going to be our final driver on the lead lap. Had to pop in, use that quick repair after the incident with Jonathan Cooper. Let's see if we can catch a quick look at that before timing and scoring clicks over to start the next section here. Let's take a look here. Cooper and Marr, what happened to them heading into turn 1? Oh, looks like there was just not much room there. Looks like Marr was trying to send it up the inside, but unfortunately not enough room, and off they went. So now that will go back live. That's going to wrap it up for round 1. Let's take a look here and see how the final results come out. Michael Brock takes top spot over Brian Lemke. Michael Chase taking 3rd. Mark Miller in 4th. Kapinski 5th. Stempfli in 6th. Greenhouse 7th. Beaudoin 8th. Kent Kruger atop AM also in 9th place. Roland Bykoff in 10th, Sam Swan in 11th, Joseph Smith, Isaac Sue, Corey Mitchell, and Brian Zinn round out our top 15. Uwe Hale in 16th, Connor Menard in 17th, Jake Harrigan in 18th, Aaron Sunday in 19th, Donald Bensing going to round out our top 20. 21st goes to Matt Bond, Dylan Foster in 22nd, Christopher Croto 23rd, Adam Glatfelter in 24th, Joseph Marr in 25th, Nick Page in 26th, John Cooper 2 laps down in 22nd, and Juan Colmenero and Michael Vincula 20th, 29th out early on lap 1. So we'll have a quick little 5-minute warm-up here. Looks like we've got, let's see if Corey Mitchell has got a mic for us. Corey?
What's going on?
Welcome in. First off, I got to say that paint job is one way to get yourself some camera time.
Hey, it's working, ain't it?
Good race for you. It looks like you were able to bring home a nice finish in your class. Couldn't quite take top spot. Looks like Ken got top spot in AM, but for a while there, you were leading the class. I wonder if it's the new paint brought you good luck.
I feel like it definitely did. Zen actually mentioned my new strategy in practice, and it worked. I led the whole race, and that was me and Kent going into the final 2 corners side by side. Fortunately, Sam got a little sideways and ended up hip checking me off track, and I lost a chance to take the win, but it was still a ton of fun.
Yeah, V.I.R is a blast, especially in the Mazdas. What do you think you got in store for heat number 2? Or, well, I guess it's the feature race.
Yeah, you know, I was just talking to Zen again. I really like VR. I think VR races even better than Road Atlanta, which everybody kind of thinks is number 1. But I don't know. I think VR is even more fun, and looks like I was still, even with the off track, I was able to still podium, so I should start decently up front in the mid pack. So we'll see what I can do. Draft is big here. You almost don't want to be leading, so it might work out.
Yeah, exactly. The last lap draft on the back straight, we just saw Brian Lemke unfortunately leading the last lap down the back straight, and he was unable to hold on to that spot, unfortunately for him. But yeah, I think 2nd or 3rd place in the draft is exactly where you want to be. But best of luck, Corey, into the feature race, and hopefully we see some nice racing from you again this one.
All right, appreciate it.
Take care.
Yep, have a good one.
That was Corey Mitchell, and we've got what do we got? Looks like the warm-up is just finished up. Excellent stuff. So we will take a quick look here at how our grid's going to shape up. Basically, it's going to be exactly how they finished, except the top 4 should invert. So let's take a look here as I was able to fix my gridding issue in between the break. Mark Miller going to start in top spot with Michael Chase to his outside. Brian Lebke in third with Michael Brock in fourth. Sean Kapinski and Chase Stempfli to start in fifth and sixth. Kelly Greenhoe in seventh with Spencer Bodwine in eighth. Kent Kruger starting in ninth with Roman Bykoff rounding out the top 10. Sam Swan starting in 11th place with Joshua Smith in 12th. 13th place is going to go to Ozzik Sulu, Corey Mitchell in 14th, Brian Zinn in 15th, Uwe Hale in 16th, Connor Menard in 17th, Jake Harrigan going to start in 18th, Aaron Sunday and Donald Mensing rounding out our top 20. Matt Bond in 21st, Dylan Foster in 22nd, Christopher Crodo in 23rd, Adam Gladfelter going to start in 24th, Joseph Maher in 25th, Nick Page 26th position, Jonathan Cooper in 27th, Juan Colmenero in 28th, and Michael Vincula in 29th. So that's how we're rolling off. See there in the background, all of our drivers heading off for their pace lap. So we got a couple drivers starting from the pits this time, potentially Ozzik Sulu and Dylan Foster. Gonna go for the pit stop start. Just hearing on comms there that they missed the start, so we'll see them as they come around. Mark Miller taking top position, starting position this one out. Michael Chase was outside. Two of our drivers got wrapped up in that, oh man, last lap incident, well, last quarter, not even quarter, last straight incident in race one. Hopefully we see a ton of battles here this week, or this feature race. See if we can catch a little more of the backpack action too as well. There's 30 plus cars in the track. It's just hard to keep track of all of them if you got this close of racing at V.I.R. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back here momentarily.
There might be some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up.
Okay, we are back. Let's get ready to start our feature race here. Mark Miller, Michael Chase going to lead them into turn one. Just waiting on that green flag to drop. Down the front straight they go. Oh, it's a late green flag this time. There we go. Green is out. We're underway. Mark Miller getting a nice jump. A little slower jump there for Michael Chase. He's got Michael Brock right on his rear bumper. Kapinski and Lemke looking up the inside. They're trying to make up some positions here early on. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. So far, so good. Oh, it looks like Corey Mitchell, after that great race in race number 1, he's going to get spun around. He's going himself turn back around, so I might have cursed Corey, but up front, Mark Miller and Michael Chase hold on to that top row qualifying starting position here. It's race 2. They've already qualified, but Mark Miller got himself out front, chasing behind Lemke, Stempfli right there too as well. This pack going to stretch a long way back to see Michael Brock right now battling with Spencer Bodway. Brock has fallen a ways back. We'll take a look, see if we can find out what happened to him. Oh, he gets stored there by Spencer Bodway as they head through the S's. That's going to cost him even more time. He's got the silver bullet machine, Coors Lightning machine of Roman Bykoff to his inside, or I guess outside, now into this corner. Brock late in the brakes. Oh, almost gets into the back of Bodway. They concertined up through Oak Tree. Down the back straight they go for the first time. Quickly look and see if I can see what happened to Michael Brock. Not really seeing anything showing up here as far as an off track, so maybe just a slight little drop of the tires in the grass that cost him a bunch of time, so we'll see if he's able to work himself back up. Just up ahead of him though, Kapinski, Lemke and Stempfli going door to door, fender to fender, quarter to fender here as they head out of NASCAR into Hogpen, hopping over the curbs. They're going to want to get some organization in this chase pack right now as Mark Miller and Michael Chase trying to break away. Down the front straight though, looks like they're going to get reeled in very quickly. So look back here from Mark Miller, see Michael Chase lurks behind that draft effect coming in. Well, Chase looking to the outside. Go the long way around. Oh, Stempfli and Lemke battling in behind. Chase Stempfli going to move himself up into 3rd place. He's going to drop Brian Lemke down to 4th. Kapinski there trying to take advantage too as well. Kelly Greenholm, Michael Brock trying to get into this battle. Brock moving his way back up quickly through the field. He's got himself ahead of Spencer Bodway, looking to the inside of Greenholm. Greenholm getting squirrely in through the grass. Oh, he almost had it collected. Almost had it back under control, but just the tiniest little bump there by Spencer Bodway. There's not much Bodway could do. Greenholm was trying to save it. Came right back out in front of him. The lightest tap, and around he went. Kent Kruger, our top AM driver now, right in behind Bodway. Kent holding down 10th place overall. Top AM driver trying to take away 9th overall from Spencer Bodway. As they head through the S's, they're going to come around the quick left-hand sweeper. We'll see Roman Bykoff off in the grass up ahead. Kruger backs off a little bit of Bodway, heading into Oak Tree. Swan trying to make a move on the inside there. We go on board with Sam Swan as they head down the back straight. Kruger dropping a tire into the grass. It cost him a couple mile-an-hour exit out of that corner. Now, can Sam Swan take advantage as they head up the back straight, up to the top of it, and then they'll run back down the hill and then back up again into NASCAR. Swan looking to the inside. Kruger later on the brakes is going to hold on to that position, but up front, Stempfli's got himself around up into top position. Let's take a look here and see how he got that done. Drafting off Mark Miller just up ahead of him into NASCAR. Moves to the inside well early. So he might even have this move finished before they get into NASCAR. He did. Nice run there by Chase Stempfli. It's going to drop Mark Miller down to 2nd place. As we go back live, Miller trying to take that position right back again from him, but he's going to have to go wide into turn 1. So he was able to regroup, trying to get that spot back there 2 by 2 in behind Michael Chase and Mark Miller. Miller went from 2nd back to 4th now. All it takes is one error in a corner when you got 6 cars battling that closely. Miller looking to the inside of Chase, trying to find a way around. Unable to do it, Kapinski and Roman Bykoff right now Right hot on Miller's tail. Zinn getting involved too as well. Bodway and Brock trying to get up in this battle. Brock falling back again. Not sure what happened to Michael Brock this time, but it's been a heck of a race for him, up and down. I'm not seeing anything flagging for him though when he falls back, so not sure exactly what happens. Maybe he just drops a tire or something, but not a race to remember right now for Michael Brock. We'll see if he can get it gathered up and get going again. As we still got a ton of time to go, only at 6 minutes into this one. Let's go a little farther back. Let's say we got Corey Mitchell, Adam Glatfelter out in this one early on. Mitchell in the pits. He's back going again too as well. Christopher Croto, another driver that's fallen down, so unfortunate for them. We got Aaron Sunday and Joseph Marr. This is the battle for 14th place. Sunday holding on to that position. Marr trying to take it away. He's going to look to the inside as they head up into roller coaster now, turn 13. Joseph's going to take that spot away. It's going to drop Aaron Sunday down into 15th place. Jonathan Cooper and Sam Swan. Kent Kruger up ahead. Still hold on to 10th place. Sam Swan was trying to take that position away, but now he's under pressure from Jonathan Cooper. See if Coop's able to make that move around. Stempfley, though, still leading the way as they're fanning out 3 wide into turn 1. Little bottlenecking in behind. Mark Miller, Gapinski, Bykoff, Chase, all battling it out for 3rd place. Zinn in there too as well. Stempfley and Lemke, though, loving what they're seeing behind. The more they battle in behind, it's going to allow them to break away. Lemke up on the curb, trying to make the move on the inside of Stempfley. Couldn't get it done, but that's going to cost him a little bit of time here now. It's going to allow Michael Chase up on his back bumper. We know Chase has the pace. See if these 3 cars can break away now. They quickly opened up 7/10 over Mark Miller in 4th place. But Lemke and Stempfley going to go side by side into the S's. That rarely bodes well. Oh man, they're still going door by door. This is going to be the real challenge right here. Come through this quick left-hand sweeper. Is everybody going to stay on track? They do. Well done to those 3 drivers. Nicely done. That's the way to drive. Lemke getting up back into top spot. Stempfley down to 3rd. Chase in 3rd. Miller there in 4th. Look at that pack now. That's allowed the rest of the pack to gather up. That goes all the way back down to Joseph Marr in 14th place. 14 cars in a pack now here at V.I.R. 8 minutes into this one. Bat up front, Stempfley and Lemke. Stempfley going to go defensive on the inside. He's going to hold on to that spot. Lemke gets cycled back to 2nd. Chase in 3rd. Miller still holding on to 4th. Zinn now up into 5th. Up 10 spots where he qualified. We saw him, where he started. We saw him qualify up at the front and then had that incident early on where he had to go off track to save the car. Lost a ton of spots. Started about mid-pack in this one. Got himself up into 5th place. A nice run by him. Michael Brock, tail of this lead pack. Roman Bykoff trying to bridge these 2 packs of cars. He and Spencer Bodway leading the secondary pack. A little bit of damage on the front end of that Coors Lightning machine. Lemke back up front. They continue to leapfrog on every straight here. Now, if they could do that more on the straights and not in the corners, if we see Stempfley move to the inside here again, they might actually be able to break away from the rest of the pack. But once they get side by side like this through these corners, it costs them a ton of time. As you see Michael Chase looking up the inside of Stempfley now too as well. He backs out. Oh, Miller and Zinn up on the curbs. Zinn now pushing Miller as they head in toward the S's. That's going to drop Michael Chase in behind. You see how quickly the draft works on these Mazdas. Get 2 cars bump drafting like that. Really easy to work through there. As we head out of the S's, quick little left-hand sweeper on board here with Lemke looking back at Stempfley. Stempfley thought about making a move to the inside. Oh, he's going to get slidey through the corner. Had to gather back up. That's going to compromise his exit here. I think he's going to be a sitting duck right now for Mark Miller and potentially Brian Zinn. So on board here with Mark Miller. Or sorry, Brian Zinn we're on board with. So that battle between Miller and Stempfli up ahead. We'll follow this into NASCAR Bend. Say Miller going to make the move on the outside. I think he's clear there now. Stempfli going to have to late brake, try and fight back. He does. He late brakes, takes that spot back from Miller. He's going to compromise his exit though. Both he and Miller. Zinn closes that gap up. Now we got this battle all the way back to 9th place. Kapinski. No quarter room to give here amongst these drivers. Michael Brock, Michael Chase battling it out. That's for 5th place. Just behind them, we got Jonathan Cooper, Kent Kruger, Sam Swan. They're just almost out of draft range here, doing what they can to try and get back up into this battle, but just ahead. A battle for 4th place here, Zinn and Brock. Michael Brock trying to look to the inside. Zinn defending on the outside of the red and white car. He's going to hold on to that position. Michael Brock now under pressure from Chase and Bykoff. Bykoff trying to go around the outside of Michael Chase. Chase able to hold on to that position. Bodway and Kapinski in there too as well, battling tooth and nail. Man, who do you focus on here? There's just cars everywhere. Drivers side by side. So everybody's got single file to head up through the S's. So they're starting to learn the lesson here. They want to pull away. They need to stay more in line. Let's go back a little farther here. Jake Harrigan, Uwe Hale. It's a battle for 18th place. Hale holding down 18th. Harrigan trying to take that position away. They're going to continue to battle. Looks like Cooper, Kruger, Swan now caught up to that lead pack. They're back in this battle. Joseph Meyer there too as well. Joshua Smith trying desperately to get up into this battle too as well. Come on, Joshua, you can get in there. 14th place, Joshua Smith. Almost up into this draft pack, lead pack. So nobody's been able to break away here. 12.5 minutes gone in this race. The action hasn't stopped since the drop of the green flag. In through Hogpen they go. Our camera a little out of shot there. There we go. Lemke leading the way. Stempfli in 2nd place. Miller in 3rd. Down through Hogpen they go. I'll throw the intervals on, but basically you can just see all the oranges are battles. Cars that are less than half a second apart. Oh, looks like something happened to Donald Mensing in the background. We'll take a look at that in moments here. We'll see if Stempfli makes a move on Lemke heading into turn 1. So Lemke going to hold on to that position. Stempfli's going to hold on to 2nd place. Brock and Zinn battled out in behind. Now Chase trying to move up the inside of Michael Brock. The two Michaels, we've seen them battling. I think that's the 3rd lap in a row. This sector that we've seen them go toe to toe, door to door, bumper to bumper. Looks like Michael Chase going to come out the prevailing side of things this time. It's going to drop Michael Brock into 6th place. He's got Roman Bykoff in behind him now. As we hop on board here with Bykoff, watch this lead pack heading through the S's. We'll stay on board here. Just going to see the elevation changes here and the curves. We'll listen to hear if these drivers are having to lift a little farther back in the pack. Some cars you can actually go through here flat out. Oh, a little tap of the brakes actually for the Mazdas through the end of the S's, or through the snake, I guess. Brian Lemke going to lead them around the back stretch. Lap 7 here now. Stempfli in tow. We know we're going 10 laps as we did the first race. Another 10 laps this time, 20 minutes. Stempfli getting a run. Oh, he's going to elect a bump draft. Lemke this time to try and break away from the cars in behind here. He's got Mark Miller in tow. Miller right there bump drafting too as well. So Stempfli elects the bump draft. Tried to break away. Didn't look like it worked out for them, but it's like Uwe Hale. We're just focusing on him battling with Matt Bond a little farther back in the pack. Had an incident here. Let's see what happened to Uwe Hale into Oak Tree. Oh, he's going to lose the back end. Around he goes. And then I think something happened to Donald Mensing. We'll see what happened to him earlier. Almost carbon copy what we just saw happen to Uwe Hale. Back up front though, Stempfli. Making the move around. Lemke is in there too as well on the right side. Oof, Lemke up on the curbs. Almost gets into Stempfli. He's going to have Zinn now looking to his outside. Lemke going defensive. He's going to hold on to that spot. Oh, just behind them. Michael Chase up on the curbs. He tries to move around Mark Miller. Was able to hold on to that, knock it into the side of Miller. They are going to carry on. Owen Bykoff now. He's going to try and make the move around. He's got Mark Miller to his outside. They're going to fight door to door. Looks like Bykoff can hold on to that position. He's now making a charge on Michael Chase. He's getting a strong draft here off Michael Chase up ahead. See if Bykoff elects to make a move into Oak Tree. He's going to compromise his run there, getting off into the grass, but holds onto it. Lead pack down the backstretch. Ooh, Mark Miller fans out wide. I'm not sure if he got a slowdown somewhere there for Miller. Potentially. He pulled out wide to serve that slowdown. I think he's going to be safe staying in the draft, though. He's got Kapinski and Cooper in behind. Michael Brock only, what's Brock? Less than a second up ahead, so he's still going to be getting some draft off Michael Brock. He should be able to draft himself back up. As speaking of draft, Lemke going to use that, drafting himself back around Chase Stempfli. Back to top spot. Less than 3 minutes to go. 2 laps remaining in this race. Lead pack heading through Hogpen again. Open up a little bit of separation now between Roman Bykoff and Michael Brock. Brock kind of bridging the secondary pack of Miller, Gapinski, Cooper, Kruger, Marr, Swan, Joshua Smith. I don't think he's going to be able to catch this pack now. Still our second place AM driver, but the driver he's battling championship with, Kent Kruger, up ahead of him. 3 wide into turn 1 again. Lemke holding on top spot. Zinn and Stempfli battling. Stempfli in the Dale Earnhardt tribute paint job, the good wrench number 3. Each one of these drivers using up all the curbing they can and maximize their pace every chance they get here. Lemke going to lead them in through the S's. Oh, we got a lap car coming up here. Now ahead, it's going to be interesting to see. I believe that's Nick Page up ahead. I think they're going to catch him in probably an inopportune time here. If they get lucky, they won't catch him till the back straight, but I think they might catch him into Oak Tree. We'll have to keep an eye on it. So we're on board here with Lemke. Oh, Stempfli going to go off through the exit of the snake. Holds onto it though. Zinn unable to make the move around the outside. Ooh, Lemke almost loses it into the grass there. Rear end got real loose. Mark Miller looking up the inside of Michael Brock. Gonna try and make the pass on the inside. Stempfli not close enough to make a move on Lemke here into NASCAR, but Zinn. Could we see a move from Zinn on the inside? Stempfli is getting a push by Michael Chase. Not going to get enough of a run, though, to make that move. Oh, a little argy-bargy there. Zinn gets shot off to the left. Zinn get collected up. He'll drop into the back of this pack, though. So that's going to cycle him back a number of spots, just ahead of Joseph Marr and Kent Kruger. Final lap, though. Lemke going to lead them around. Carbon copy what we saw on race number 1. Brian Lemke lead them across the line to start the final lap. Last time he had Michael Brock in behind him. This time he has Chase Stempfli. Brock about 3 cars back now. We'll see if he can get himself involved in this shenanigans up ahead. Lemke going to go wide out of turn 1. That opens the door on the inside for Chase Stempfli. Michael Chase right there. Chase Stempfli up ahead. Stempfli looking to the inside of Lemke. I wonder if Lemke learned from last time not to be the leader heading onto the back stretch. Looks like he might have accidentally on purpose moved out wide so Stempfli would move to the inside. Now we'll see if Lemke learned from race 1, be car 2, not car 1. The interesting thing will be whether Michael Chase and Roman Bykoff in 3rd and 4th, what kind of run they get, as you see Lemke bump drafting. Stempfli knows exactly what he needs to do, try and push Stempfli up ahead of that pack the best he can, get the rest of those cars as far back in draft range as possible so that they can't get a run down the back stretch. Unfortunately for Lemke, he's fallen back a little bit off Stempfli. Ooh, they got that lap car of Nick Page up ahead. It's going to be interesting. Oh, he moves to the inside, but a little too late. They almost get into the back when they might have compromised Chase Stempfli's exit. Here we go on board with Brian Lemke. See Stempfli up ahead. What kind of run can Lemke get here? He's getting the run, not getting it quick enough, though, I don't think, to make the move on Stempfli. Here we go. Michael Chase giving Lemke the bump. Up, in, through, roller coaster they go. Lemke on the outside. Can he make the pass? Oh, no. Stempfli goes to the inside. They get door to door. That's going to cost Lemke a number of spots. They cycle him back into 5th place. Stempfli up ahead. Chase in behind. Roman Bykoff now up into 3rd. Michael Brock and Lemke get into each other. In behind, Mark Miller's going to try and take advantage. Lemke went all the way off. Oh, man. Race to the line. Stempfli leading the way. Michael Chase in tow. Stempfli going to take the feature race. Roman Bykoff going to come home in 3rd. Number of drivers battling it on the back. Brian Lemke had to tow, unfortunately for him. And again on the last lap, last couple corners, argy-bargy, the elbows came out. Kelly Greenhoe way down the field after that spin. Donald Mensing, another driver we saw have an issue. A little farther back to the back, he's got Dylan Foster just ahead of him. See if Mensing able to make a last-minute charge here on Foster. Ooh, Foster getting a little squirrely there. Looks like he might have a little bit of suspension damage on the rear. Oh, Mensing almost loses it through NASCAR and Hogpen. Final straight they go. Looks like Dylan Foster going to be able to hold off the charge from Donald Mensing. He'll come home in 20th place. Mensing going to bring home 21st. Uwe Hale, another driver we had to lose the back end. He's going to come home in 22nd place. Nick Page, unfortunately, looks like we're not going to see him get to the final. Checkered flag. That's going to wrap everything up. Let's take a look at our final results. Chase Stempfli going to take the feature race ahead of Michael Chase. Roman Bykoff in 3rd. Mark Miller in 4th. John Cooper in 5th. Michael Brock in 6th with Sean Kapinski in 7th. Brian Zane in 8th. Sam Swan in 9th. Kent Kruger in 10th. Also our top AM driver, Joseph Meyer in 11th. Joshua Smith in 12th. Ozzie Sulu in 13th. Aaron Sunday in 14th. Connor Menard rounding out the top 15. Spencer Bodway in 16th, and Kelly Greenhoe in 17th, Jake Harrigan 18th, Matt Bond in 19th, Dylan Foster rounding out our top 20. 21st goes to Donald Mensing, Uwe Hale in 22nd, Brian Lemke, Chris Croto, Nick Page, all going to finish the lap down. Our used car parking lot goes to Corey Mitchell, Adam Glatfelter, Juan Colmenero, and Michael Vincula. So let's see if we can take a quick little look here at what happened there on the last lap before we get into some interviews. Let's see if we can pull this up. I believe we're looking for Brian Lemke. I believe is the driver that went off there. Let's see here what happened. It's in through the final corner. So first little contact there from Michael Brock. Oh, he came back on right ahead of Joseph Meyer and into. Let's see if we can get a different angle of that there. So there we go. We got Lemke on the left, Michael Brock on the right. Oh, it just kind of came together there. That just looks like a racing incident there, I guess. Unfortunately, that rejoin, that was just Lemke, a bit of a passenger into the grass at that point in time. Not much you can do there, unfortunately. Okay, well, we got a number of drivers waiting in the booth. Let's who are we gonna bring in here first? Let's bring in our race 1 second place finisher, Brian Lemke. Lemke, nice race in race 1. You were unfortunately unable to hold on to top spot in the last lap there. It's real tough when you're out front on the last lap to really hold on to that position. There's just so much draft in these cars that it's really tough. But looks like you had a nice run shaping up for race number 2, but unfortunate incident there at the end kind of sent you off. But otherwise, how did you feel your race day went?
Yeah, man, I had a really good race 1. That was a lot of fun in that pack. I think I started like 6, worked my way up, and you needed the draft. You needed to really work for every position. That was a difficult one. But then once you get towards the last couple laps, it's the cat and mouse game of who's in the front, because it's usually P2 that's going to get the win, because you get the draft down the back straightaway. So I knew on the first race I was probably a sitting duck, and Michael had a fantastic race. He got by me super clean. Fast forward to the second race, same situation. We're up front, we're battling. Now I want to be in second and try to get that run at the end of the straightaway, which I do, but I get absolutely cleaned out at the end. I think the car inside of me, Chase, he hits the grass, like kind of slides across the track, and then uses me to get down the hill. So what was a great plan in my mind, the execution didn't work out the way I expected.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you had learned from race 1 where you didn't want to be the leader on the last lap on the back straight. It looked like you had it kind of figured out. I assume you accidentally on purpose moved over to let Stempfli go so you could tuck in behind him, and unfortunately didn't work out for you. But next week we head to Sonoma. How do you feel about racing the Mazdas at Sonoma?
I was told recently there's a new scan or a new visual upgrade or something, so I haven't been there for that, if that's true. So that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, Sonoma, there's like 30 layouts, so whichever one we're doing, I guess we'll figure it out and have at it. But I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they updated the track for this season. I haven't raced it either, so I don't know how the updates look, but I'm looking forward to heading there next week. So all in all, Lemke, I think you had a great race. When you got 15 cars battling that close, and all it takes is the tiniest little bump, and carnage can ensue. So, but it's great to watch, and I hope you guys had a ton of fun. So, you got any shout outs here before we let you go?
Yeah, that race was a blast. But yeah, and I'd like to shout out everybody that makes it possible. I mean, this has been some really good racing this season. I know the admins put a lot in, and you guys doing the broadcast. Last week you had somebody fill in, which was super cool. All the racers, I mean, you got a lot of new names this season, a lot of guys showing up, a lot of fast guys battling it out. It's been a lot of fun to, I mean, I don't even know the guy that won. I mean, I don't even think I've seen his name before. So super cool for him to come out and just put on a show like that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck next week, Lemke. We hope to see you back towards the front again.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Take care. That was Brian Lemke. Let's bring in our race 1 winner, Michael Brock. Michael, heck of a race in race 1. You were able to, I guess, basically employ the perfect strategy there, not to be the lead car on the last lap on the back straight.
Yeah, exactly. No one wanted to be in. So Brian kind of volunteered for that. Being at lap 1, I know that Michael Chase, I think his name's Michael Chase. The other Michael, he had the same plan. So it was funny because we were in chat too, and Brian was giving me more drafts so I could kind of shake up his plan. So it kind of worked out for both of us, at least for me, anyways.
Yeah. Then race number 2, that lead pack. I think we saw it upwards of 14, 15 cars at one point in time, where if you guys made the slightest mistake, you could lose a number of spots. I think we saw a couple times where you had moved up, and then the drop of a tire here or there, or getting a little loose. You lose about 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah.
You're able to work yourself back up towards the front. What happened on the last lap there, the last couple corners? Looks like maybe you and Lemke got into a little bit of an incident there.
Yeah, so I don't know. He got squirrely. He got tied up with someone. I think the guy in second place at the time, and then he dropped back to where I was, and then we were just kind of too wide, and I don't know. I kind of looked at, and we were side by side. I think it was just a weird bounce. We were both seemed like we were gonna given each other enough space, but sometimes in iRacing, just the cars kind of bounce, or they kind of come together nicely. So it's kind of weird. It's like an unrealistic thing, I think.
Yeah, it looks like from what I just looked at quickly before we started going to interviews, it looked like, to me, it just kind of looked like a racing incident thing, and then it just kind of shot him off to the left. But
yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot. It's too wide. The hog pen is always tough, but yeah, what happened to him was weird.
We head to Sonoma next week. It's a newly updated track for this season. I think we're doing the sports car layout, I believe, if I remember correctly from what I've been told in chat here. How do you feel about heading out west?
Yeah, I love tracks like that where they're just like tight and technical, and there's little draft. These like V.I.R. and Road America on the Mazdas are tough because you have to play the draft game, which I don't know. I'm not the best at. I'd rather just drive and not worry about drafts. So I'm looking forward to Sonoma and other tracks like that. Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. She loves and watches the live broadcast, so I'm so lucky to have someone like her. So, hey, thanks, son. Love you. All right, thanks. Bye.
Yes, I got lucky there. Yeah, yeah. That first race, me, Corey, a few pros, and then Joshua was right behind us. That first race between Corey and I, that was just awesome. Got him. I was just hanging back there. I knew if he got behind me towards the end, he'd have a pretty good shot at passing me. But then I thought we were closer to the end than we were, and I ended up passing him. Got close, so I went ahead and passed him, and then we were coming up the long back straight on the final lap, and it was going to be a race through all those corners, but he got tagged by someone else and ended up spun off the track, and that was a bummer. So
yeah, I think
he ended up third out of that. So that was he didn't get totally blasted, but
I think Corey's misfortune in race number 2 might have been my fault. I had him in chatting in between the 2 races during the warm up, and I told him his good luck in race 1 was probably from his new paint, and then he went out and got binned in the feature race. So I don't know if he'll be racing that same paint next week, but
well, I got him I bumped him in T1 on that first race. Gave myself a 1X. I don't know if he got anything, but I got a 1X out of it. It wasn't anything major. It just stacked up so fast, so surprisingly. I mean, I was halfway through the corner, and all of a sudden brake lights on ahead of me, and it's like, oh crap. And so I bumped him, and then in that second race, the same thing happened to him, I think. I think it stacked up, and Joshua behind him got into him, and that time he was on the outside, so that time he spun around. But it was awesome track. That I just clicked with that track, always have, always enjoy it. And it was a fun race. Both races, being able to just, the first race or the second race, I was in with the pros. So as long as I keep a pro or two between me and Joshua, I felt pretty good. So I'd let one through every now and then. It was like, okay, I don't need to race these guys, but
Yeah, just keep that
So,
buffer.
yeah.
That's all you needed.
it was fun race, very fun.
Yeah, I hope none of the racers are a little sour afterwards. When you get pack racing like that, all it takes is one little mistake for something to happen, and things can go awry. But it's great to watch. There's definitely always something going on. We could have went at the feature race there. Like, as you mentioned, you were up in the lead pack there for most part. I think it stretched to about 14, 15 cars at one point in time, and you'll love to see it because there's just something going on. But we head to Sonoma next week. I haven't raced there in forever, but I don't think the draft is real strong. I don't think we'll see as much pack racing there. It's a lot easier to really lose the car in behind you. But new scan this season. How do you feel about heading to Sonoma?
I haven't raced Sonoma in so long. I mean, I'm sure once I get on it, I'll remember it. But right now, it's like I don't even remember the layout, how it clicks. So we'll see. Yeah, the draft definitely helps on a track like this. When you don't have that, it's tough because when you lose the draft, you're just done. So
Yeah, especially
we'll
if you get the slightest little bit of aero damage too as well. These cars are so
right.
So iRacing seems to really slow them down with a little bit of aero damage. But I will let you go, Ken. But give us some shout outs here before we let you
go. Let's see. Shout out to you for doing the broadcast. Fantastic job. ApexSimRacing.com for being our sponsor. And then all the new league members we got. I mean, we got a whole bunch of new people with us tonight. I think all these races, we've been getting new people, I think nearly every race, which is fantastic. So all the new racers, shout out to them for joining us and having fun with us. So thanks, Rob.
Excellent. Take care, Kent, and best of luck next week at Sonoma.
Thank you very much.
That was our chief admin head honcho, Kent Big Dog Kruger. So that will do things for us here. Now, this week, you might be wondering, where can you find more Racer Nexus action? Well, there you go. There's a schedule for the week. Sunday, that's tonight, we got the Apex This MX5 Cup. Tomorrow night, we'll be back with PCC Production Car Challenge, the SOF official broadcast. Tuesday night's GT3 action in Throttle Freaks. Wednesday night, you can see some Oval, NASCAR, Next Gen Cup Series racing. And that'll kick off our week. We've got some exciting leagues joining next season too as well. The week will be filled up even more. And again, if you're out there interested in potentially getting your league broadcast, hosted event, whatever you got on the go, we can accommodate that for you. Gladly, just drop us a line. We'll take care of that. We'll see what we can do. And that'll do it for us here. For Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. This has been Apex This Mazda Sundays. We'll catch you back next week, same time, same place, for MX5 action at Sonoma. Bye for now.